can deliver. And here we have a huge portfolio. And he said, yeah, the COVID response was best led by women. The countries that had women in power, in leadership, are rated the best in terms of COVID response. So Madam Kobia is going to again pick additional ministries and bring them on our side. All of them, including the big one down here called the Treasury. So, Madam, I am a young woman, and to see you lead and do an excellent job motivates me to wake up as early as the woman headed to Marikiti and sleep as late as the woman who is breastfeeding. Thank you very much for shining the light on leadership for women. Actually, we can quote you as many times as possible to affirm the issues of women in leadership. We need more of them in the next elections. So I am here. I am the gender lead of the SDGs Kenya Forum. The SDGs Kenya Forum is a coalition of civil societies, 350 of them and even more, working both at national level and county level. And our core work is to ensure there's advocacy around the 17 SDGs. And also we work to monitor the implementation, review, reporting, and track of the 17 SDGs. And as I stand here, I am the gender lead who is working on SDG 5. So I will be here to just shed us light a bit of where we've come from, where we are, and where we are going, and a little bit of the gaps, especially on issues of data, that if not addressed, we will have we will not be able to implement generation equality. We went to Beijing, and it was during the reign of our forefather called President Moi. And when they came back, it was hell on earth. It was fire, because the government, the male leadership in this government translated into this: walikwenda kupanga vile watakalia wanaume na wamerudi, na hata walikwenda na watu wa kusuka nywele. So there was a heated debate in the media. And if you are enjoying the current rights, the progress the nation has made up to this date, we need to give it to those women, because it was rough. I remember my grandmother went to Beijing, and that day she wore socks zimefika hapa. She greeted everyone and bid goodbye everybody in the village. And when she came back, she never got out of the house for 2 weeks, because the image that had been painted was gross, and it was literally a very hostile environment to operate then. But to just be, so we were able to, the government was able to make some strides, especially with the Honorable His Excellency Kibaki coming into place. And Kibaki's main focus, if Prof you may want to correct me, was largely on women economic empowerment. During his tenure, he lowered the entry grade. There was a lot of affirmative action for women and girls. He lowered the university entry grade. He came up with the Wezo Fund, Women Fund, the Youth Fund, and there was a lot of laying ground for the current work, the work that has happened to be built on. We had some policies coming into place, and when now Honorable His Excellency Uhuru Kenyatta and William Ruto took over in 2014 and around 2011, we had the anti-FGM board being set up. We had the matrimonial and marriage acts of 2014. We had different committees being put together to look into issues of gender equality. Up until date, now we have the Generation Equality Forum that now is succeeding the Beijing commitments. When we analyze the Beijing commitments, we realize that there were two things. The commitments lacked a financial backing. They were mere verbal statements which were written out very well, but they lacked the financial, the budgetary commitment. So it posed a challenge in implementing them and even strongly institutionalizing them. The other bit is that, Madam Professor, maybe you've seen this, but I've been out there from the forum trying to champion that the whole Generational Equality Forum should have a face of the young women. After implementing the Beijing commitments for a while, we had begun to struggle with issues of succession. So now we're ensuring that young women are at the forefront so that the generation equality beyond 2026 is able to be sustained by young women and girls, even boys and men, who are then able to advance and ensure that the commitments are realized beyond 2026 if it happens that they will not be fully implemented.